Hello, and welcome to my new show, Let's Chat with KV. I'm Keith Velour, and this is my very first episode of my brand new show, Let's Chat with KV. KV stands for Keith Velour. That's simple enough, right? Well, let's chat. I love prissy, uppity girls, and people in general. But when Paris Hilton, you know, the heiress, came out with her reality show, The World According to Paris, I was like, ooh, cheer bubbles. You know, that means excited, cheerful, cheery, bubbly. I made it up. Or should I say, it's hot since we're talking about Paris Hilton. Anyway, I love to live vicariously through stuck-up girls since I can't be one. It's the gay man's favorite pastime. And don't act like you don't do it, because you know you do it. The first episode of The World According to Paris lived up to my expectations. There was a stalker in Paris's mansion, and I was like, oh, she's so fabulous. But she was scared. Obviously, I would have been scared too. Wouldn't you? Yeah, of course. So, but she hurried out of her house and jumped into her pink Bentley and went over to Kathy Hilton. Oh boy. Kathy Hilton's house. Her mansion. And, I'm sorry, I just couldn't get my mind off of the pink Bentley. Because it reminded me of our childhood. My childhood. Your childhood. I know, I'm sure. Everyone wanted one growing up. Barbie's pink Corvette. This is like the upgrade. This pink Bentley. Oh, I'm sick of this woman. Just an heiress. I want to be an heiress. Too. And drive around in a pink Bentley. That B-I-T itch. Anyway, but as the show progressed, it should have been called The World According to Brooke. Now, Brooke is one of her best friends. She was involved with Charlie Sheen, and you know he's a crazy drug addict. So, of course, if he's married to her, she was a drug addict as well. Well, anyway, she wasn't as crazy as Sheen because she got away from him, and now she's going through recovery. So the whole show was about her recovery and her not being able to keep her obligations and her appointments with Paris Hilton, which later they got into a big fight, which I will go into later. Just hold off. Let me tell you about the boyfriend. So the boyfriend, Paris's boyfriend, Cy. He's not that attractive. You see? Look at him. Paris can do so much better. And I thought that she was going to be doing more fabulous things and fabulous boyfriend, but she was just running around with him, arguing all the time, just like over little petty stuff. I mean, he didn't trust her. That was the problem. He didn't trust her because of her celebrity. Or maybe it has something to do with her sex tape. Paris. In porno. I didn't like it. It was green. It was green. Couldn't see anything. And I was like, turn it off. Besides, I don't want to see Paris's body. Do you see her body? I'm going off track, but let's talk about her body, honey. She has a flat butt. Ooh. And it, like, scoots in at the bottom. And then she walks, leading with her hips. I'm like, Tyra Banks, where are you? Come to the rescue. Help Paris Hilton out. I know she can afford you. She's an heiress. Gosh darn it. Anyway, I digress. So, Cy was jealous of Paris Celebritum, as I said before, and he was always getting upset. So he threw this party, and she was late, of course, because she was partying somewhere else, you know. That's what heiresses do, I guess. Porn stars, whatever, ex-porn stars. That's what they do. And she came up to the party hours late, and he was drunk by then. Pissy drunk. I mean, he was just upset, pissed off. So when Paris was trying to, you know, be lovey-dovey towards him, he was like, "Get out of here, or I'll throw you out. Have security throw you out." And she was looking like, "What? I know he's not talking to me like that. Get out of here, I will have security throw you out." She slapped him. So anyway, enough of that. Let's get down to the fight with Brooke. Okay, so I'm watching the episode before the last episode, and she was arguing with Brooke. I'm like, by this time, I was like, oh my god, this show is so boring. Where's the shopping? Where's the jetting off to here and there? And where's the jewelry? You know, where's all the fabulosity? None of that. It was nothing but Celebrity Rehab with Brooke, starring Brooke. Okay, well. So Brooke and her have it out because she stood up a guy that she was trying to... Paris set her up with this guy on a date. She stood the guy up because she had a rendezvous with Charlie Sheen, and she had drugs and sex, and she was partying, you know. Whitney Houston, we have a problem party. You know, crack is whack, but not to Brooke. Anyway, so Brooke comes over to Paris' house because she was ignoring Brooke's call. Paris was, and so when Paris and Brooke were sitting on the sofa chatting, Paris was like, "Oh, really? Is that what happened?" Listening to Brooke's explanation, she was like, "Yeah, I just fell off the wagon." And she was like, "Oh, you've got to be better than that. You're too beautiful. You're so great." And I was like, "Oh, this is so boring." I just couldn't wait for to see the argument. And honey, it was boring. And somebody else thought it was boring too, because within the argument, Paris' jewelry changed. Paris' hairstyle changed. She all of a sudden started saying, "Well, you should have been there. Get the fuck out. Fuck you." I was like, "Ooh, yeah, it's getting somewhere." And then I said, "Ooh, gay radar. Gay radar." Radar. Yeah, we read too, but anyway. Gay radar. Why is Paris' platinum blonde hair extensions not matching her real hair anymore? Because before, it was the cohesive blend. It was her natural short hair over the extensions, and it was platinum blonde, blended very well. I was looking at it, I was like, "Ooh, wow." And then all of a sudden, in the next take where she was becoming evil, I saw yellow blonde, faded platinum yellow blonde over platinum blonde extensions. That is not the same. So I rewind it a little bit back, and then I noticed something else. She had on a totally, completely different necklace. Scripted. I said, I'm over this person. Couldn't believe it. So boring, it became scripted. So on her 30th birthday, which was the last episode, oh, you like my... Notice it? Notice anything a little different? Yeah, it's just like Paris, isn't it? So anyway, back to the boring story. Well, actually, the last episode was about her 30th birthday. I was like, ooh, she's 30. She still looks like a teenager. And all her friends, including her boyfriend, just look like mothers. She was like a teenager hanging out with mothers. Paris looked too young and too good for them. But anyway, the last episode was cool. She went ring shopping, and she was like, oh, I hope he doesn't propose to me. And he didn't. He gave her this ugly, long ring. But, oop, I went back, because I didn't like the other one. Anyway. So, on to other news. I'm hungry.